got it! By George, she's got it!
I actually chose My Fair Lady for last season because it was the 100th anniversary of Pygmalion, but the rights were unavailable to us, so we nabbed it for 2014. It's one of my favorite musicals. It's a masterpiece. It's perhaps the best book of a musical ever written because it basically is the George Bernard Shaw text of Pygmalion. And then the songs, of course, are standards, and it's fascinating for a musical written in the 50s when, you know, they had reprise after reprise after reprise to make the songs get into the top 10 on the charts back in the day. My Fair Lady didn't do that. The songs help further the plot and help develop the characters, and it's just really, it's truly a masterpiece.
For now, there's nothing more to worry about.
No, nothing more for you to worry about. Oh God, I wish I was dead.
Why, in heaven's name, why? Listen to me, Eliza, all this irritation is purely subjective.
I don't understand. I'm too ignorant.
It's only imagination. Nobody's hurting you and nothing's wrong. You go to bed like a good girl and sleep it off. Have a little cry, say your prayers. That will make you comfortable.
I heard your prayers. Thank God it's all over.
Well, don't you thank God it's all over? Now you're free and you can do what you like.
Oh, well, it's definitely a play. The oddest thing about My Fair Lady is that it has this huge singing chorus, this huge dancing chorus, and they have no idea, and they're not a part of the main story at all. They don't know who Higgins is. The Cockneys know Eliza, but once Eliza enters Higgins' home, they never see her again. So it's fascinating. Act 2, there's one musical number, Get Me to the Church on Time. And after that, there's no more than 3 people on stage till the end of the show. So it's unique that way, but it definitely, as I had said about George Bernard Shaw, I mean, the text is Pygmalion. It is a play that just happens to have beloved songs in it.
I don't know. I like comedy roles. You know, the character roles are really the meat of it all for me, and I was never a leading man, so thankfully I embraced it. But you know, you will note that they were both Cockney. I don't think I've ever worked at this theater without being a Cockney.
It's very true.
It is true. This is the 4th show, and they've all been. So I better get it.
That's right.
I better.
For our audiences, that's Me and My Girl, Young Frankenstein, Spamalot, and now My Fair Lady.
Thank you. Thanks for the clarification.
You bet.
And you know what else? This role in particular, because I have done this show before, but I've only been in Steve's position. I directed a very short symphony reading, so they held their scripts, but they brought some New York actors out, and this show, it's a play. I mean, if you've read Pygmalion or seen Pygmalion, so many of the lines are right from it. It's fantastic. This role is such a gift. It's so much fun. There's every scene I love that he's in, but particularly the one.
The morality.
Oh my
morals.
God! It's such a beautifully written scene. It's so good.
I'm willing to tell you. I'm wanting to tell you. I'm waiting to tell you.
Pickering, this chap has a certain natural gift of rhetoric. Observe the rhythm of his native wood notes wild. I'm willing to tell you. I'm wanting to tell you. I'm waiting to tell you. That's the Welsh strain in him.
Alfred P. Doolittle, the common dustman. He's a shyster. He can talk BS to anybody and get his way, and yet you love him, you know. And the thing is that he's got such a skewed view on life and reality, but when he breaks it down, it totally totally makes sense. He's brilliant. It's just great.
I thought it wouldn't be long. Stay where you are, my dear.
Mother, where the devil are you?
Remember, last night you not only danced with a prince, but you behaved like a princess.
Mother, the damnedest...
Mrs. Higgins is a Victorian lady who has to do with the well-to-do class. I mean, she's an upper-crust woman, but not without warmth and understanding and intelligence. She has the kind of accent that I think Colonel Pickering and Higgins are trying to put onto Eliza, because she speaks as the upper crust, as the higher levels of society. I haven't been on stage at Moonlight at the amphitheater since, I think, 1993. It was a production of Mame. And so that was a very long time ago, and Moonlight has grown tremendously. I mean, the job of producing at this theater has become so multifaceted, as Mr. Glaudini will tell you, that it wasn't really in my mind to go on the big stage again. I was at the Avo Playhouse in Lend Me a Tenor with Randall Hickman. It was a lovely, joyous little time. And I also have done some staged readings in the Avo Playhouse, but it's been a long time. How does it feel stepping onto this stage? I think I know every inch of this stage in terms of having directed on it and having known where the technical parts of the stage are and how they function. So it's really going to be fun going inside the character and walking on stage as Mrs. Higgins, and not the position that I was before.
How did you come to be up so far east? You were born in Lisson Grove.
Oh, almost there, my leave in Lisson Grove! It wasn't fit for a pig to live in, and I had to pay for it!
Live where you like, just stop that noise!
Come.
He is a wordsmith. He is an extremely fastidious, careful, measured man. I happen to think that it was Shaw not only trying to elevate women of the day in terms of their status, but in terms of their stature in men's hearts. And I think that this is part of Shaw's intimacy conflict, if you will let me. I think he's working this out in this classic love tale.
You know, don't spend half their time sniveling over you, and the other half giving you black eyes. You find me cold, selfish, unfeeling, do you? Well, very well. Be off with you to the sort of people you like.
Well, it's the best. They don't get better. It's sort of the Hamlet of musical theater, if you will. I mean, it's a classic. It's a classic story. I've always loved Shaw. I've done a few of his plays before. I've had the privilege of doing Miss Alliance and Man and Superman, and this is a role I've always wanted to play. So when Steve asked me, I jumped at the chance.
Wouldn't it be lovely?
Where you bound this spring, Eliza? Biarritz?
All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair. Wouldn't it be lovely?
I am playing Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady. Oh man, she's probably the female role to play. She's always been a dream role of mine, and oh my gosh, her journey is enormous. You see her as this heartless gutter snipe, and then she turns into this beautiful, beautiful woman. So I'm very, very excited to be playing dirty Eliza and, you know, well-mannered Eliza. It'll be really fun. I'm very excited.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
By George, she's got it! By George, she's got it! Now once again, where does it rain?
On the plain, on the plain.
And where's that soggy plain?
In Spain, in Spain.
Role of Eliza.
Everything about Eliza. I remember watching the movie when I was a kid, and I remember how much I loved Audrey Hepburn. I don't know, she's just such a fun character to watch, to see her go through that journey. She has amazing songs that I get to sing, and I'm very excited about that. It's just really fun to see a human being change that much just because she believes that much in herself, you know? It's very woman power type of role, which I normally don't get to play that often. You don't see those roles very often anymore, so I hope I don't screw this up. I'm very excited.
What do you think
triumphs at the end of My
This
Fair
feels
Lady.
like the Newlywed Game.
I know.
I don't know her answer.
I don't know his answer.
Well, I hope she said pot roast.
I'm nervous.
Well, quite honestly, and this is not a cop-out, I think they both feel that they've won.
What did I say? What did I say?
I said that.
I think
I said that.
Higgins, because we have melted him a bit. We've gotten to see a side of him, and he did get what he wanted. Eliza did return, but Eliza has returned on her terms, not on his. And we hope that their happily ever after will be mutually pleasant at the end of the show, but we don't know. We don't know that. But we do know that Eliza is back, and she will not be bullied any longer. Is that what you said?
That's what I said.
I said that if we did our jobs, that they each grow, we see the arc, and that the audience gets the happy ending that I think they're all aching for.
Yeah, I said they're equal at the end of the show.
They get a picnic and a happy ending.
There are drinks and girls all over London, and I got to track them down in just a few more hours. I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Pull out the stopper, let's have a whopper, but get me to the church on time.